Much of Gaza lays in ruins. Attention may have moved away from here for now, but the conflict grinds on. Many have questioned Israel's alleged targeting and negligent killing of civilians in its conflict with Hamas. Buried in this rubble are the forgotten victims of this war, often buried with them the stories of how they were actually killed. Some incidents are more high profile than others. This is the story of the death of one little girl. Her name is Hind Rajab, and she was 5. On January the 29th, with her uncle, aunt and 4 cousins, Hind crammed into a car to escape the fighting in the Tel Al-Hawa neighbourhood of Gaza City. Within minutes they were attacked. Their bodies and destroyed car were found 350 metres away from their starting point. These pictures, filmed by Sky News journalists inside Gaza, show the destroyed car. The black Kia Picanto is covered in bullet holes. Dozens of entry holes can be seen on the right-hand side of the car. After the initial attack, 2 people were still alive. Hind and her 15-year-old cousin Leanne, who spoke to the Palestinian Red Crescent, begging for help.
Hello, مرحبا عمو. الو مرحبا. انتم متخبيين؟
بالسيارة احنا زميلك بالضعبة.
انتم جوا السيارة؟ الو الو.
With the phone line dead, the Red Crescent rang back. Hind answered. She was now alone in the car. The other family members all killed. 4 children and 2 adults. Over 3 hours, in multiple calls, the dispatcher stayed in touch with Hind, trying to comfort her, scared and alone.
حبيبتي طيب أنا يا حبيبتي رح أجي أخذك هلا. عمو من الهلال عماله عم بنصك عشان إحنا نقدر نيجي ناخذك. حواليكي في ضرب رصاص؟ خذيني.
Rana Farki was the Red Crescent worker talking to him. We met at their offices in the West Bank. Nobody here can forget that day.
In all my time of working, I've not cried as much as that day. I know Hind's not the only story. I believe there are many stories more distressing than this in Gaza, but it was difficult because I was the one handling it.
After hours waiting for permission from the Israeli authorities, the Red Crescent say they received that permission to send help. This is disputed. The IDF says given the lack of forces in the area, there was no need for an individual coordination of the ambulance's route. The ambulance left from the Ahli hospital at 5:40 p.m. It was attacked a few metres short of the family car some 20 minutes later. This is the destroyed ambulance. Both paramedics were killed. And this is their radio communication with the Red Crescent in their final moments.
خليك معي. شايف السيارة أنت؟ مش شايف مشغل السرينة واللواح؟
Hind was left to die without help. Weapons experts told Sky News the damage shows the ambulance was hit with a large caliber weapon, with the projectile's exit hole visible at the back of the vehicle.
Any area it is announced as a military zone, we are completely denied access to it. So that's why we have to seek coordination. Without coordination to ensure safety of our teams, we could not send an ambulance.
Sky News has examined satellite imagery taken on the day of the attack. It shows at least 15 military vehicles in the Tel Al-Hawa neighbourhood, where the family's car was found. The closest military vehicle is just 300 metres away. This satellite image was taken at 4:31 p.m, just over an hour before the Red Crescent say they received approval to send an ambulance. Satellite imagery taken in the days following the attack show how a heavy military presence remained. At least 13 military vehicles on this day. A day later, at least 9 military vehicles are seen in the area near the Islamic University in Gaza City. The Israeli army said it was not in the area on the day of the incident, but their presence in the area was made public by them. 12 days after the attack, the IDF published a press release. It said, over the last 2 weeks they conducted raids on terror targets with forces operating in Shati and Tel Hawa neighbourhoods in Gaza. The press release was later deleted from the IDF website. It's not clear why. Sky News has asked the IDF for comment. Further down the press release, the IDF embedded videos showing their movements in the area. Sky News geolocated the IDF footage released on the 10th of February, which shows 3 forces, the 401st Brigade, the Shayatet 13 and 52nd Battalion, operating less than 650 metres from the car Hind was found in. While it's not clear exactly what date the footage in the release was filmed, the IDF's presence in the area is undeniable. In response to this report, the IDF told Sky News it appears its forces were not present near the vehicle or within the firing range of the described vehicle, and that the incident has been passed on to a separate investigative body. Hind's mother wasn't in the car. There wasn't room. She escaped with Hind's little brother on foot. She wants someone to explain why her daughter was killed.
I am calling on the whole world to stand with us in the case of Hind, so those who committed this brutal crime are held accountable. I need justice for my daughter.
The Gaza war is in many ways unique as it's happening in a closed space with no escape and no independent investigation on the ground about what is happening. What has happened and what secrets lie beneath the rubble may never be known. Stuart Ramsey, Sky News.